Good afternoon. Welcome to Role Playing Public Radio's Patreon game. This is Sean, and I'll be running Base Raiders. I've decided to call this one the Demolitionist because it sounds pretentious. Joining me today, I have three patrons from left to right on my screen. Let's introduce ourselves. First, we have Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'll be playing the character of Kirby Sluggums, a juiced-up pro baseball failure that is sworn to defend the St. Louis Cardinals at all costs.
Awesome. Next up on my list, we've got Micah.
Hello. I will be playing Tarko Ring, an up-and-coming private contractor who has been hired by the city of St. Louis to assist in the stopping of domestic terrorism.
All right. And lastly, we have Curtis.
Hello, I'm Curtis, and I'm be playing Helter Skelter, a Beatles-themed supervillain.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So, basically, you guys can either know each other previously or somehow run into each other while being brought in for this. This will be occurring in the fair city of St. Louis, Missouri. And I'll apologize to any St. Louisians? I'm not sure the proper about any mistakes on their geography that I might make. I just wanted to pick a city with some landmarks, and St. Louis is pretty cool, actually. So, all right. So to set this, this is well after Ragnarok. Things haven't quite gone completely haywire. Whatever massive threats to humanity have been somehow suppressed by random base raiders, because sometimes they're not jerks who are just stealing things. So we're going to start this off with, if you want to just follow. Actually, I'm going to say you're called in by. Let's go top up with this. You're called in by the mayor's council.
Oh.
Since one of you is a contractor, one of you is known to be a bit of a local patriot of sorts. So I got to ask the reason. So we got to figure out, why is Helter Skelter being considered for this job? Basically, what happens is, I'll give the basic thing for it, and you can come up with it as we go along. The quick version is, you guys are all issued a short dossier saying that at 3 a.m. this previous morning, a building collapsed. There were no signs of explosives, and it just looks like it's entirely messed up. And it was condemned, but it seems really weird. They're wanting somebody to investigate this because there's also reports of what they think it could be power armor, could be a metal man, could be a golem, nobody knows, at the scene. So something big and metal and humanoid took down a building.
Well, in the past, I have a villainous connection. I work for a villain called Dr. Kite. Possibly it resembles something that he had a hand in at some point.
Okay. So because maybe you're in the area, maybe for some reason somebody on the city council might have an agenda that you might be a part of secretly?
Quite possibly, yes.
For whatever reason, it's like your name got pulled out of a hat.
Yeah.
But occasionally there's a meaningful glance at the boardroom.
Yeah.
So they've called you in, they handed the dossier. At this point, we can start with the questions. It's just, again, it was a condemned building somewhere downtown, close to the water. You can start asking questions about what's in the dossier. They have a couple of experts there who've, forensics guys who've been there. You can ask to go to the scene. What are you guys doing?
What was the building initially used for before it was condemned?
It was a hotel.
Mm-hmm. Also, apologies in advance if I'm a bit out of it right now. It's 5 o'clock here. I had to just wake up for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank you for joining us.
No
Okay, so basically, the mayor himself was not present, him or herself. I wouldn't know at this point in time. So, but one of the main council advisors just looks at you three, you diverse three, and basically lays it out that, well, normally we wouldn't want to call your types in here, but this is something we figure needs to be done by contractors. We've got a few issues going on in this, civil services right now that we're trying to hammer out.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any
Say more.
ideas? Oh, sorry. Do you have any ideas?
This isn't. What do you know about the robot, darling?
We didn't really get a whole lot. Just a scratchy cell phone picture. And he, shoves the dossier across the table. If you open it, there's a blown up, scratchy picture. Somebody took briefly. Somewhere in the dust, you can see kind of a humanoid form, smooth lines. That's about the closest you can get. It's not easily identified.
Right, so not enough to make a technology roll then?
You can make one, and based on, if you get spinny, you might actually be able to go, oh, those things. But
right.
At the very least, it can give you some kind of,
Right, I'll make a technology roll then.
Okay.
No. Oh, wait, +2.
+2. It definitely looks like some sort of power armor. Dome for a head, though. So it doesn't look like it's going to be like super combat. It looks less like doesn't look like a combat model necessarily. You can think of a few people who use the dome head later on for combat stuff, but
like
not terribly
structural
flexible.
power armor then?
Possible.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Was this hotel near any other major landmarks, such as Busch Stadium, the home of the St. Louis Cardinals?
Well, not terribly close to it. No, it was sort of in a rundown part of town. But that's the thing. We're concerned if somebody's going around smashing buildings, and that quickly, we don't know what's coming next. They just disappeared afterwards, so it feels like a targeted strike, not random violence.
Were any Cardinals fans hurt in this attack?
It's hard to say. You'd have to go question them at the hospital.
Aha, and do that.
Nice.
Helter Skelter, by the way, is just staring at the photograph with a gleam in his eyes.
You're thinking it might be constructed. You're not sure. You're not sure the exact model. You're kind of scanning your brain, what you've seen and who might have had something in this area, but it's not quite clicking yet.
It doesn't matter. It's power armor, and that's amazing. Basically.
There we go. All right. So, any immediate ideas, or do you guys want to do any specific investigations?
Oh,
I
I will
think we should-
totally head to the hospital and look for anybody that might have been hurt from it.
Okay.
I do not see the point in that, and I think we should go straight to the crime scene.
I'm agreeing with the crime scene.
You guys can go as a group, or you can split off.
Well,
I'm a bench player. I'll go where my coach tells me.
All right. Nice.
Hospital.
Okay, so wait, I'm confused now. Okay, so
No, sorry. I was just doing. I was just conferring. He should probably go to the hospital if he's gonna want to talk up to them Cardinals fans.
well, he was saying that he was saying it's a bench player. He'll go where he's told. So
Oh, okay.
crime scene.
Which one was this the coach, by the way?
You haven't decided yet.
To me, both of you are my coach. So
Okay.
Okay, we're going to Lou Abbott and Costello bit right here. You go this way. No, you go that way. No,
well,
you go this way.
there's a first base coach and a third base coach, and you both are my coaches. Just put me in. I'll do what I have to do.
Go get him, Slugger.
All right. So you're heading over to the crime scene. I'll say you get there pretty quickly. Whatever forms of transport you want to use, call a cab, something. And you arrive. It's been cordoned off. Yes, that building is pretty wrecked. If anybody has any kind of, let's see, what would I call that? any applicable skill to investigate this scene. I'll let you make a case for whatever right now. I know certain things would work a little bit better. So, for example, if you had investigation, that would definitely be a thing. Alertness, academics, they'll all get different kinds of details.
I've got academics.
I have
Alright.
alertness.
Righto. Long
Oh,
academics.
yeah, alertness is for general. Yeah, so okay.
Oh my god. +3.
Plus
I'm
3
just-
academics, and that's regular tier.
It's just the exact same roll that I got before, so
Well, in this case, no, you're actually noticing things about. Actually, okay. So, was anybody else making a roll?
I will make an alertness
Okay.
test roll. I get a 3 at extraordinary.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry, just 3.
Mundane. All right.
Mundane.
And Chris, do you got anything?
I will do nothing at this time.
Okay. You're just
yeah, I've got
silently
I've got
weeping over the defiling of your fair
a
city.
beautiful hope.
There's probably like a Cardinals fan cap in the rubble, and it makes me sad.
There you go. As you lift it from the wreckage and grip it in
They will
determination.
pay.
Okay, so off of the alertness, you're noticing that it didn't. I'll give for the alertness. I'll give. You don't notice any kind of burn marks, really, outside of whatever would have been caused by Well, really, the building didn't even have power, so there's no burn marks.
Well, they
Period.
didn't, no explosives, at least none, readily available to people.
And Helter Skelter, based on the academics roll. You know a few things about architecture here and there. You also know that when they demolish a building, they tend to go for a very controlled burst to prevent, debris from getting that far. Whoever did
They
this
did that.
actually knows how to do that.
Oh, that's surprising.
They actually tried to reduce the damage. This wasn't just some willy-nilly terrorist blowing up a building.
So this is a person who has powers and knows how to control them for a definition of that word.
Well, didn't they know how to control a demolition?
Well, we hope it's them, not something that they're using. Like if they've got a suit of power armor, maybe it's it's got information on that built into it. It's hard to say with most power armor.
Possible.
That's true. That's true. There's probably 70 different people who build power armor.
Well, that's being generous here in St. Louis alone.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on over there in Wisconsin? Good Lord.
Damn
So-
cheeseheads.
Wow. All right. So,
I
any other?
subtly hide the Packard's cap or the cheese block behind my head, behind my back.
Noise. Is there anything else you guys would like to check out about the building, about the incident, for the initial phase of your investigation?
It might be a little odd, but if this was a demolished thing and sold, it's probably got nothing in it. But I'd like to try and make a burglary check if that's possible.
Okay.
See if maybe there was something in there that's not there technically. There's just even in the rubble, it might be off-putting.
Okay.
This will be at mundane, +3, and I'm gonna. Yeah, that'll just be a +3 at mundane.
Okay. Well, that's still something. I'm going to say this building didn't really have anything of value. It was definitely a condemned building. There weren't even people staying in there.
Really?
Which usually, if a condemned building sits long enough, you're going to find people.
Yeah, you're gonna.
No
So-
squatters? Ugh. What are the odds?
Pretty slim.
Oh, that's interesting because that implies this building was being used for something.
Well, it didn't have any power. It didn't have any water. It had been condemned. It was just an old hotel. And to your knowledge, that's the basics of it. I mean, if you want, you can check into maybe something, why was this building condemned or anything like that. But it was just, it's interesting that whoever did it was trying to do it as cleanly as possible and didn't hurt anybody. Well, outside the people standing outside. You know,
So
Yes,
that's-
about them.
those awful Cardinal
nobody was
fans.
inside the building, which is kind of weird.
So no
Is
specific.
anybody
images.
wandering around outside now?
Well, there's some, gawkers and obviously the cops outside, but
Let's talk to the gawkers. The cops may know something, but chances are people who live here might
No
know
cops.
something more.
nice.
Why?
Supervillain.
Oh, that's right. I used to work for the Ideal back in the day. I can't remember you though.
I'm more recent on the scene, honey.
Well, while they argue about who's a villain, I will walk over to the Gawkers
Okay.
and proudly display my old Cardinals jersey that I'm wearing.
All right. They gawk at you now. Really?
I say,
Okay.
local Cardinals fans, what happened here?
Well, that's what I'm looking at. One of the guys just looks confused. That's what I'm looking at. Other guy, I don't know, man. This thing just blew up. I mean, or fell down. No, my cousin was here. He got hurt real bad. Just
Deep
debris flying everywhere.
Cousin, eh? Lives around here?
Yeah. No, he was just walking by.
Ah.
Granted,
Where's your cousin now?
well, in the hospital with a broken leg.
Good. I walk back to my guys and report. There's a guy with a broken leg in the hospital.
Nice.
I'm investigating.
Mark?
Well, you've got nothing better to do.
All right.
Yeah,
Would you like me to talk to the cops? Because I have no run-ins with the law.
Yes.
I've got public speaking. I can do that.
All right. Out
I
the way.
I will hide behind a piece of rubble, hopefully not letting my fluorescent yellow jacket catch any attention.
Oh, just
Here,
No,
I'll
no.
give you an extra Cardinals cap I have in my pocket. Just put it on. You'll fit right in.
I like. I should probably grab one of those too, but
Yeah.
I'm blue skinned with horns, so
It doesn't matter. It's the best
Yes.
baseball city in the world. People will love you if you have the cap on.
I think it's just you put one on me just because.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm just going to end up Cardinals theme because he's just going to pack more and more Cardinal stuff on me.
We're not even gonna notice. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
What, just like off
how
screen?
can you not in this beautiful city? It's just
Well, it's like say we leave from this scene, go to the hospital. We're already wearing the jerseys. We don't even know when that happens. He wasn't even in the same taxi.
when did we
Where do I
when
get a
did we get
baseball
pennants
bat?
in our hands? What is this?
Where the hell did the Met come from? Why
Okay,
is it
so-
signed?
So Tariko is planning on talking to the police and is also okay. All right. So it's technically a blue-skinned, horned superhuman thing. So this could be
The police
interesting.
are going to love you, aren't they, mate?
Well, I used to be human, but the mutations didn't stop.
Doesn't matter. Not human anymore.
Well, I can go with you and vouch for you as a Cardinals fan. It'd be easy. They know me. Chances are they probably don't know me, but I like to think they know me.
All right.
You know what? Actually, I might as well give you a hand here. I'm going to use the Day Tripper, and I'm going to inspire a mellow mood.
Okay. So scene aspect. Awesome.
Yes.
Do it.
That's fantastic.
Right, hold on. It's just 4 dice because it's not opposed. It's superhuman.
Yep.
So just the normal 4 fate dice, not plus
Yeah.
with the d6.
I'm using the house rule of the +2.
Ah.
If it goes something above, so it's superhuman. It'll
Okay.
be
+4.
+4. Yeah. It's just simple that way.
Yeah. So I'd say that's +7.
Wow. So, yeah, you've definitely got spin. And what aspect outside of so you're definitely it was an aspect attack, so you're definitely hitting them for Okay, how's this? I'll grant you if you want that your minor snag is going to be ignored. You just bust out from behind a bit of rubble and belt it out.
Ah, yes.
And because you're definitely you're already attacking the aspects, unless you want to try to tag something else and have one round where something untoward can happen.
Sorry. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Sorry. What did you say? What did you say, Tom?
Oh, sorry. I'm not cutting out again. All right. So, how's this? If you want to do a different thing instead of ignoring your snag, you can. The spin is basically going to make this easier on some level. You can decide how that is.
No, I think ignoring the snag's fine. I
Okay.
actually forgot I had to tune it, which is very nice.
Yeah. Turns out you were already tuned for this, for Mellow. Weird.
Fantastic.
So yeah, a guy in a total, Yellow Submarine era Beatles get up, just walks out in the middle of the street in front of a bunch of cops playing a guitar, a really freaky looking guitar, and everybody's cool with this. Everybody's cool with the blue skin chick with horns.
Man, you really are the mellow yellow, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
St. Louis, not only having the best baseball fans, has clear music fans as well.
Also, they're weirdly pleased to see a guy in a, Cardinals jersey with a baseball bat wandering around aimlessly. This is okay. This is normal.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Okay, so the cops look over. Kind of hard not to notice. Who wants to do the approach?
I will.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'll use public speaking 102, and I'll try and get a bit more information out of them. So I've got conversation, convince, minister esteem. Which would work better in this situation, would you say?
I'd say this is more of a convince thing, but technically, if they're all on the same level, then just depends on the style you want to get this out of them. Like, I'm guessing you're not trying to scare the crap out of them. So
No.
Yeah. So you can either convince them to give you something, or just get random details out of them through conversation. It's sort of your call there. What feels right in this situation?
Well, if we want to make sure that we get to stopping this guy before, or whoever blew this place up, we'll stop him as quick as possible. But I'll go with convince.
Okay.
Try and get something out quicker.
Okay. Something more tangible. Okay.
So this will be at extraordinary.
You've got the scene aspect that you can invoke if you want.
Yeah.
True.
For free.
Let's see. That's going to be an even with a plus. Well, I'm at extraordinary tier. Are they at mundane?
They're at mundane, and they will try to resist a little bit so that they can, just do their job normally. But they're mundane tier, so.
I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Well, I get a -3 on the roll, so before I hit my +1 bonus, and if they're at mundane,
you get +2.
So that'll be a 0. So I'll hit the floating aspect.
Okay.
Raise it up to a +2. So that'd be extraordinary.
Okay. And I rolled poorly, so don't worry about it. You can convince them. So let's. What are you trying to convince them of? I mean, what do you want them to share?
Let's try and get some information out of them. Specifically, if any of the guys who had been patrolling this area recently had seen anyone that they feel was out of place. Like, say, for example, you got this one particular bum you see all the time. Then all of a sudden, you have at the same time they usually do patrol, you have a guy in a business suit walking by in an area where not necessarily a guy would be.
Okay. In this case, one of the guys kind of go, well, none of us were on this beat, but I'm going to call the guy Bobby Jensen. Bobby Jensen was just kind of, patrolling around. This is where he was supposed to be going through. And, he said he saw some lights before the explosion, but He didn't want to put in his report because he might get in trouble,
Mm.
But he didn't see anybody walking into the building or nothing. I mean, sure, it got condemned a couple weeks ago.
Only a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, and then got cleared out and shut down, disconnected and everything. That's about all he can pull off. I mean, I can get you the report if you need it. I mean, you seem cool.
Oh, that'll be enough.
All right. Well, move along.
I wander off playing Obla Di Obla Da.
Nice. So,
On a quick note, on the dossier, does it say who got injured and that they're at the hospital?
it just mentions that there were this many casualties. It was a handful of people that some of them were in neighboring buildings, that some debris came through windows. Some of them were out front. One of them was out back. Probably shouldn't have been.
Mm.
Couple of homeless people. Hate saying it, but
Yeah.
it was 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you hear the kookaburras, or am I going to have to close the window?
you're fine.
You're fine.
I don't think you guys are probably hearing the thunder over here. So
Right.
But maybe the thunder will scare the kookaburras.
Maybe.
All right. So, any other angles of investigation you guys want to pull, or if any, none of you have bureaucracy, do you?
I do not.
If somebody wants to, you can make a flat bureaucracy check.
You know what? I can give it a shot. I don't mind.
You can all try it.
All right, let us bureaucracy.
I'll spend my fate point to live for the now and keep living to give it a +2, and that'll make it a +4.
Cool. All right. In that case, it got condemned recently. Somebody had to declare it as a condemned building. They had to have people checking out its structure. Somebody had to come out from a municipal office to investigate this thing.
All right. So the question is, are we going to talk to the eyewitnesses or the suits?
I think
Or
we should. I think we should split up and cover more ground that way. I think
Delightful.
like 1 or 2 of us should check the suits or the hospital. I look
Now-
over at the man on the spot with the Cardinals hats, and think you'd probably be best go in the hospital. They could use a friendly face coming in there. Picking up the morale.
I do have extra caps, but
There you
the
go.
one thing I will say is chances are municipal administrators often are season ticket holders. The guy that investigated his place, at least there's a 25% chance I can get him a couple season tickets.
I hadn't thought of that. Good point.
Maybe. It's something to offer, if not a baseball cap. But I'm fine going to the hospital.
I could go to the hospital, I say, and twirl my mustache.
So,
Nothing
you
could
guys
go
wanna
wrong
work
at
this?
all.
how do you guys want to work this?
I'm already in my Geo Metro driving to the hospital with my Cardinals regalia.
I'll go to the suits.
I'd probably best go to the suits as well.
Okay. Okay, give me a second here. I just want to check one little thing. All right. Helter Skelter, I will give you a fate point. If you want a fate point?
Yeah, I want a fate point.
Yeah. You know where there's a bigger crowd? At the hospital.
Yeah,
You could
all right.
totally play at the hospital.
I have to go to the hospital.
Okay. Oh, look him go.
All right, I'll go with Sluggums to the hospital.
All right.
All right, just let me clear off my seat here. There's a pennant and a bat and some pizza. All right, there's room. Get on in.
I start idly tuning the day tripper.
Yeah, it'll be a great audience.
Fantastic audience.
Captive audience.
Captive audience.
Anyhow. Okay, so do you guys want to resolve the hospital or the suits first?
Do the suits first, I think.
Okay.
The hospital's probably going to be louder.
Okay. Terrico Ron is
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna go to one of the main municipal offices.
Mhm.
So are you going to attempt to cover yourself up in any way, or see if you can name drop some people, or how do you want to get it?
I'll walk in from the front door. Can I get a? No, I'm trying to think if I can get a fate point for my my complication of run but can't hide. So I can. Yeah, I can. I just don't. I just can't hide it very well because I'm not used to hiding the whole. I'm a big blue skin horned.
I'll
thing.
give you a fate point for a scene-long penalty on your convincing stuff. So effectively, it kind of brings you down a notch on your public speaking,
Mhm.
but you can still effectively, you're countering the penalty with your public speaking. But you'll get a fate point if you do that. That way, it's you because the run but can't hide is going to be more of a, I'm not going to back down kind of thing, I guess.
Fair enough.
Is that good?
That works for me.
So you're at a slight disadvantage because you're blue and you have horns, and you don't know.
Now that
You
he
might,
never died.
yeah. So you walk up to the front desk. The receptionist is just kind of gawking right now because, well,
Yeah, I know. I'm really tall. I need to speak with. Let's see. What was the investor's name we got, or was it just?
you just know that somebody had to do the investigation. Somebody had to sign off on it. Somebody had to actually declare that this building was structurally unsound.
I need to speak with the gentleman that declared the hotel on the.
Yeah,
Get
you
the
get the
information.
address.
Yeah, I'm looking specifically for the investigator who condemned the building.
All right. So you're trying to convince her to let you through?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Balls.
What is your roll?
I got a strikeout. I got a -4 on the initial roll.
You can fate point if you like.
Yeah.
If you can make a good one for there. Let's see. I mean, yeah, you can probably find some way to sort of push if you want. If you want to spend a fate point to reroll, take an aspect.
Yeah, I will. Let's see here. I'll pick up where they left off. I'm stumbling around, but I've got the information in hand, and it's kind of a big thing. Following the example of heroes, just gotta try to pick up in the middle of the conversation, kind of rebound and make it work in the end.
All right.
Well, that's better. So public speaking, so it will be. I get a +2.
All right. And you lucked out. The receptionist was kind of resistant to the idea, but you picked it up just right, acted all official and ideal-like, which still has an effect on the authorities. She finally, she finally kind of acquiesces and goes, well, okay. Why do you need this again?
I'm investigating the cause of a destruction in the area. Wanted to make sure that there were no structural damage and possibly further incidences based on events like similar to this.
Okay. She pulls up the information and tells you you can tell she's just pulling it up on the computer real quick, but she tells you that a Stuart Belson was responsible for signing off on that. So, yeah, the engineer who wrote the report is Stuart Belson.
Got it. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay. Have fun doing whatever it is you do.
Will do, citizen. I mean, miss. Take care.
She stares at you as you walk out.
Okay. Okay, breathe. I'm doing this internally. Breathe. Okay. I did it. Okay. Whew. Whew.
So
Not
you
used
got
to
a name.
public. Got a name. No,
Got a name. I'll say that for that amount of success, though, she also did give you a contact information for him.
Sweet.
So just a number. So yeah. Meanwhile, at a local hospital. I don't know which one.
Where did the
He-
Cardinals label pop up on it?
Doink.
Oh,
Okay. So you pull up in the Geo Metro.
That's right. And I have an idea because, you know, even though you're a Beatles person and all, and you look odd, we'll just say that you're a themed mascot for some time in the summer. Okay?
In the summertime, that is where I'll be. That was not a Beatles
Yes.
reference, I don't think.
We'll make it one later. Let's go.
Yes.
All
Goodbye.
right. You're walking into the front area.
Yep, barging in, like, play swinging my bat. Be like, hey, I'm here to see the Cardinals fans. Who wants an autograph?
I'm already playing Run for Your Life.
Is it active when you play that?
If I get a fate point, it is.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Let's give you a fate point for that. And yeah, give me a roll. I'm guessing you're menacing.
Oh, wonderful. I get +4 to the roll, right? That's +5.
Wow. Do you know that's a zone? Do you have anything to? Oh, it's a spray. Okay, so technically, I'm guessing your spray. Did you didn't accidentally hit Kirby with it, but Kirby, your newfound friend here is scaring the bejesus out of people with his guitar.
Oh, well, I'm assuming that because we're at the front desk, we can be. That's like the nurses and the guards and
nurses are
stuff
pretty
there are just
scared.
running away then.
They're getting
All right,
at the
well,
leave.
All right, well, we'll just walk around and check the directory to see when people came in from the from that night.
Okay. Do you have like any kind of, let's see?
I have computers.
That's a great skill to use. I was just looking over here like, that would work. Okay, cool. Yeah. Give me a computer check.
Computers.
They're too scared to stop you.
Also, out of character note, I just flipped over an egg timer. Just a heads up. I'll reveal while later. We'll keep going. Look to the computer.
Oh, this
Well,
is going.
I rolled a minus. I rolled a -2. However, because I am a seasoned message board mod, I'm going to spend a fate point to re-roll that.
Okay.
And I got a 1.
That'll work. As long as it is a success in this case, you're looking for recent people that were recently admitted for, there's a leg injury. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, there's some notes about people that were caught in that little blast collapse type thing. They're on the 3rd floor.
Cool. All right. I print out their names and location on the dot matrix printer right next to it.
Yes.
Wait patiently while it's printing out. All right, rip it off. Give it to Helter Skelter. Be like, here's the list of our people.
I take a look at it, and wander further into the building. Still playing.
Okay, so you guys are going towards the people, right?
Yes.
Of course. That's where clues are.
All right. As you head through, the timer counts down, and as you're heading through, the people are pretty scared. One guy nudges his walker faster to get away. Screaming about damn kids and their music.
This is 50-year-old music.
I know, but it's a walker, and I have to use the image.
Yes.
Anyhow, you finally
He's
get to the
probably a
third
Cubs
floor.
fan anyway. He can't run fast enough.
There we go. As you're kind of moving through, you overpower the elevator music, I'm guessing. Actually, most hospitals don't have elevator music, really. So, but you get up there. You're at the right floor. You know where the rooms roughly are. And there's a grizzled old head nurse sitting behind the counter.
Well, walk up to her. Hello, madam. We're looking to visit Bobby Jensen. I believe that's his name. Bobby Jensen. Sitting on this floor.
Huh?
I try.
I realize why she
clearly
might
have
have run away.
I clearly yell louder. Bobby Jensen. Looking for Cardinals fan Bobby Jensen.
She pushes a blank sheet of paper and a pencil at you.
Oh, God. All right. Chicken scratch Bobby Nelson and quickly draw the Cardinals logo underneath it. Put it there.
Shrugs, looks at a clipboard, points.
All right. I then autograph it for her and give it to her and keep walking.
Nice.
I just realized I have technology. I have impact on technology, so I would have gotten spin on that first technology roll.
Oh, crap.
Ow.
Like that, I guess.
Well, either way, you kind of did get spin. Because my timer just ran out, too. Because as you guys walk into the room, you both hear the recognizable sound of a police siren out front. Yes, the egg timer was police response time, which is flattering when you think about it. But all right, so anyhow,
Oh, they won't arrest a former baseball star. It's fine.
Actually involved with the team.
okay, so I'm guessing by now you've either changed songs or
I've stopped playing.
Okay, so you're in the room.
There's these people clearly have no taste in music.
Right.
Running away from Beatles, honestly.
There we go. Okay, so the injured fellow you were looking for, who happened to be just on the street in front of a building, probably just heading home or who knows what, at 3 a.m. Yeah, he's sitting there, legs up in a cast, looks over at you guys. Huh?
I walk in and put a Cardinals cap on him right away. Right. Bobby Jensen, Kirby Slugham's here to see you. How you doing?
Oh, okay. I thought the painkiller drip was moderate now.
Man, I know that feeling, son. Ooh.
I can do that, expand your mind, man.
He's just kind of staring in disbelief at the moment.
We might be able to talk to him, but if you can do some of your Beatle voodoo magic on him to get any clues, that would be swell.
Oh, of course.
Would you like a fate point?
What was that?
You don't have to say yes. It would just put a slight damper on the music.
Oh, who does who want a fate point?
Does Kirby want a fate point?
Of course, Kirby always wants a fate point.
Well, you are a juiced up pro baseball failure. The thing about most baseball failures is that they won't shut up about their glory days. I know it's a different musician entirely. But yeah. You can delay the investigation slightly and give the cops a chance to get closer for a fate point by keeping talking about your career.
Well, it's part of my routine visits anyway to talk about my glorious 4 at-bats that I swung 200 with. So, yeah, of course I'm going to be chatting it up about how I hit a line drive one day. And it taught me the value of life and perseverance.
Okay, so you're babbling on. And Helter
I
Skelter,
tune my
while
gu-
you're tuning?
Yeah.
Okay, meanwhile, across town. Hey. Guess what, Tariko?
Hmm.
I'm just going to grant you this one. You might be passing by walking by a police cruiser that's like sitting with the window open, and overhear a call, something about a hospital. I'm just going to grant you that one.
Just kind of take a deep breath. Don't sigh. Don't outwardly moan or groan. Just nod and okay.
So are you going to try to make your way there, or
I will make my way there.
if you want to see, okay, how's this? Essentially, are you going to secure a vehicle, take a cab, or use some kind of inhuman ability to?
Ingrained CQC has move on it. I don't have anything unusual about it, but it's extraordinary. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna free run over there real quick. Get kind of just avoid traffic and just get over there.
Okay, give me a roll.
All right. That will be +4.
Okay, cool. Not spinny, but you'll definitely get there very quickly.
All right.
As people are sitting there wondering why a blue-skinned lady with horns just jumped over their cafe table. But she didn't knock the coffee over. Good on you.
That's why it's extraordinary. I don't mess up the dining ware.
There we go. Unless you want to.
That would be a unique power, wouldn't it?
Does that mean you'd be able to do the table trick with the tablecloth perfectly every time?
Well, it means as a superhero, when I come crashing through the window and I start rolling across everything while I'm fighting a supervillain, that means I don't disturb anything, a fine diningware or food or anything. Everything's left perfectly pristine except
the window.
Except the window and the floors. Everything on a table or something anyone's holding is perfectly fine.
So minimize collateral damage.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. All right. Okay. So you'll be there shortly.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Meanwhile, inside the hospital room. So Kirby's finishing up his story about his flawless execution of many bats, and
You done that, man?
this is the police. Come out with your hands up, and no superpower nonsense. The Power Armor troops are inbound.
Oh.
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 Hi. Oh, that's okay. Hey, maybe you should try to get away, because I'm just a baseball player. What are they gonna do to me? Just talking to a fan. Right,
That's a good idea. That's
Are
a
they
good
going to try to get some information out of him before you leave, or just chalk this up to a bad experience?
Well, I'm just gonna say talking to him, because what are they gonna do to me? I'm just a baseball player. I look like a normal human.
To be fair, you did walk in with you're wearing a costume. You walked in with a guy wearing a costume. Yeah,
That's coincidental. He's just a fan.
Right. I think it's more along the lines of here you come walking in with all that stuff, with him playing Run Baby Run, and you've got the smile, you got the jaunt on you. They're thinking, what are you doing? Because he's playing the guitar. What are you going to do? You're the odd man out here.
Yeah.
I'm a Cardinals fan and former player. I mean, come on, people. It's St. Louis.
So,
just talking to a fan, right? Right, Bobby? You're a fan, right?
I catch a game sometimes. So
right.
What do you want?
Hey, speaking of catching games, at 3 a.m, you were walking by a building that caused that leg accident. What do you know, son?
All right. So let's see. Is this I'm trying to figure out what this would fall in if you've got a skill for it, but it's looking like. Give me a flat roll if you don't have any. Sorry.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Flat roll. Heck yeah. I'll just give a flat roll here. Yeah, I got a +1.
Hey, that'll work. Well, I mean, I guess if it prevents the cops from coming into this room, if you guys, okay, there was like some rambling after a burst, and I was kind of walking up to the building to look at what was going on in there. There was a couple lights, and some guy was going on about "doubt me, will you?" or something like that, and just generally rambling. I mean, like,
Ooh.
how could I be passed over? Stuff like that, and then he just threw a hand out, and there was this it just blew up in a weird way. That's when I got hit in the head too.
Sorry, was this the guy with the power armor who held the hand out?
Yes. Yeah, a guy was wearing the metal suits, and he was just rambling, and then threw a hand out, and there's this weird burst, and then building goes down.
I think I have time for one more question, Bobby. And I lean in really close. Was it a drug lab, Bobby?
Huh? There was nothing in there.
I see. I think
I'll say
it's time for us to go, Beetle Man.
It's around this time. Yeah, the cops are getting ready to move in. You're pretty sure their deployment on the power armor's pretty soon. And it's also around this point in time that Tariko shows up.
All right. Can I ask, is there an adjacent building to the hospital?
Most hospitals are gonna have a pretty wide lawn area around them, at least in this part of the country. So you're gonna have some open space to cover, but there's multiple buildings, so
All right. So first of all, I'm going to start playing. I'm looking through you, and try to give both me and Sluggums here a bonus aspect that'll help us dodge things or not get hit by bullets.
Since you do have dodge, and it does become it's still a spray thing, right? So, all right. You've been tuning up, so all right. Give me that roll.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay. +6.
Okay. You are both going to get tagged with the aspect. What was the song again?
I'm looking through you.
Know any good lines from that are like hard to hit, hard to see?
I literally just have this Beatles discography up in another tab.
Okay. I don't know. All right. We're just gonna go a little bit boring and say hard to hit, or easy to miss. Okay. All right. So you guys, hey Kirby, you suddenly feel like you could just run from base to base and never get tagged out.
Well, that is my plan. I was just going to bolt and power slide past all the cops, because that's how I roll.
All right. And in that case, you guys should have an easier time getting out. I'll just do okay. The power slide will be your move. You're also given a bonus on dodging. And Day Tripper looks like it allows a dodge as well. So, all right. So, give me the dodge roll first, which you get a +2 on.
Okay. Well, with the +2, that's a 2.
All right. That'll work. And then the movement.
Okay. That would be +3, but at extraordinary. So I don't know what level they're at.
I'm going to see you clear them pretty quickly. You just slide right on past. Okay, so
the few times I got on base, I was pretty good.
I'm also going to use my old brown shoes to walk directly down the side of the hospital, to run directly down the side of the hospital.
Okay.
So I don't have to, go out any of the actual exits.
Okay, cool. So just give me that roll, and
I see you from the window. Like, hey, that's cooler than my move. Whatever, I can slide.
hold on. I want to see what aspects I have so I can see if I can re-roll.
Gotcha.
I'm going to invoke In Spite of All the Danger to add a +2 to that roll. So
All right.
actually, I probably didn't even need to do that because I realized that Old Brown Shoes is still superhuman.
Yep. You don't have to
so
if you don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just.
No, I'm going to do it. I have 6 fate points anyway. So
Okay. All right then.
so yeah, +2 +4. That's +6. So +5.
Okay, you managed to clear the police, and they know the houses. It wasn't a quiet escape. They know you guys left, but it's around this point that the power slide and the sudden run down the building, bullets like kind of pinging off the wall here and there. And Tariko,
running down the building while still playing a guitar.
Yeah, you see the daring escape from a hospital past the local PD.
Why?
And you guys, if you want, you can reconvene. You can say where you're reconvening. But they escaped the hospital.
I mean, we could use my local safe house, which is a rundown sports bar. Nobody will look for us there.
Okay, it works for me.
All right. You guys go to a old divey sports bar. Some little hole in the wall that's, falling apart. It's got like chairs from the 70s. Like those metal ones with the, seats that are always worn off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we come here because there's a picture of me up on the wall.
There we go.
Doing, of course, a slide in the base.
So the question is, do you order the wings?
Yeah, do we get a fate point for ordering the wings for what it's going to do to us?
Do you want a fate point for what it's going to do to you?
I'm not ordering.
I mean,
wings.
I'll take it. I'll take it and add an aspect that should make the rest of the day fun.
When you're sliding into first and you feel a little
Hey, that works, man.
I don't know if I want to go that low brow, but I think I already have. So
Yeah.
Who's on first again?
There we go. All right. So if you choose to eat the wings from the horrible dive bar, at some point I will have I can tag you with an aspect stomach issues.
I will gladly take a fate point for that.
All right.
So you can take the fate point. It's just hanging over your head there.
It's fine.
All right.
Your own little internalized sort of Damocles.
Nothing bad could happen. Aren't these wings the best, fellas? I told you.
So who else eating the wings?
I kind of get.
I wouldn't know about the wings. I'm having the chips.
All right. In that case,
you're
you're fine. There was the chip that was a problem. Also the sauce, but
I kind of get the wings put into my mouth, I think, or just here, try. All right, stop it.
So
I'm told the way they taste so good is they let the sauce sit out for 6 hours before they use it. Doesn't that add the flavor to it?
Yeah.
they might also reuse the sauce between chickens.
Just kind of, note that the sauce is burning through the floor.
Of course, pounding it down with a delicious bush light. And like, yes. So, what we have is a motivation, guys.
Are these chicken wings radioactive? I think these are radioactive.
No. Internal Geiger counter on this little thing on my clothing here. We're good.
Okay.
That's good. That's all good. Right.
Now the beer, on the other hand, stay away.
All right. So, do you guys share information info dump or?
Yep.
All right. Yes.
Can I also make another tech roll because I now know some of the capabilities of the power armor? I know it's got that hand force thing.
All right.
All right, and I'll remember this time that I have impact. All right, it's a 0. Never mind. Actually, fate point invoking happiness as a warm ray gun.
Okay.
I add +2 to that, so that's +2 with spin.
Okay, awesome. In that case, you just automatically know that that's an IC 238 ideal construct. Basically, they were made for essential, like clearing out rubble or taking down, evil bases, stuff like that. It was a construction demolitions unit. It was relatively common issue. At least they were going to be. The rollout sort of happened, and nobody's sure where they all went. A few of them blew up, a few of them vanished, but a few of them did get stashed in various cities for ease of access, so that they can have ideal employees go in and clean up messes.
So what we're saying is we have multiple suits of power on them.
Possibly, you're not sure.
I'm very happy about
They're
this
not all
revelation.
accounted
Share it
for,
enthusiastically.
but you're relatively sure one of these has been found and is being used.
Hmm.
And
Right, so
the person who's using it, actually, you can tell, since you got spin, no, it does not have any programming in it.
Oh.
It's being used purely off of whatever the operator has.
okay, I share all this information with the group.
I share the stuff I got, the contact information for Stuart Belson. But going off the whole pass me over, guy who might have a grudge, sounds like it might be somebody who might have had it other than Stuart. So maybe we should get in contact with him and see if he knows if he got it second for doing the decommission, or maybe it's something else. I'm not sure.
Maybe. This Stuart sounds like the best place to start anyway, man.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of a voice in my head for Elder Skelter. It just keeps jumping back and forth between like a vaudevillian supervillain and a hippie.
Dude, that's fine. Actually,
Yeah,
I think
I
it works.
It actually kind of works.
That is a Base Raiders character through and through.
Yeah.
That's
Yep. So, what are you guys gonna use? You've got the lead for Belson. You've got a phone number. Is there anything?
And we've got the console on trail thanks to my wonderful guitar playing.
Yes.
How about we just call? Let's just call this gentleman.
Your options are one of you can use a cell phone, or this bar is old and run down enough it actually has a payphone inside.
Hey guys, I can show you the
has
trick to
something-
using the payphone. You can take a quarter and you put a string on it, and then you just plop it in and then pull it out again. I've done it many times calling my ex-wife. It's great. You could do it,
I don't want to know what that is in the coin return. In fact, I think I'm going to be sick. I don't want to go into the bathrooms here either. Okay.
Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes.
All right. So, who makes the call?
So the nice thing about making a call is you can't see your mutated faces and whatnot, so you should be safe there.
I slowly look over. It's a good point. It's a good point. I make the call.
All right.
My mustache is not a mutation.
Ever hippie.
All right. I will call up Stuart Belson.
All right. Rings a few times. It picks up. Hello?
Hello, is this Mr. Stuart Belson?
Who's calling?
Immediate flag. My name is Tariko. Tariko. I am a former Ideal member. I'm actually investigating a disturbance that has happened recently
Click.
this morning. Okay.
A couple seconds after you said ideal, click.
Okay.
I don't think he likes you.
I think we might have to go and visit the Mr. Belson.
I'm
right.
gonna try to get some leverage. I'm gonna go on the message boards I defend the Cardinals on and see if I can use their knowledge to track him down, see if he's a ardent Cardinals fan and what he's been posting.
Okay, you're doxing him. In a nice way.
It takes me like an hour and a half to do this. Like, I got nothing.
No, just computers roll. Yeah.
Okay.
There's bound to be somebody who's still a fan of the Cardinals who is willing to look them up because you never know.
Well, you know what? I got a +1, but I'm going to add my season message board moderator aspect to it to get a +3.
Okay.
Mundane, but that's okay. That wing fate point is going to pay off.
Oh, it will.
Are the Cardinals like really just a really shitty baseball team? Because I don't know anything about this.
They're nationally rated. You know, I'm not going to say one way or the other because funny thing actually, the Cardinals fans can get pretty obsessive. In fact, Springfield, Missouri actually has a minor league Cardinals team that was bought up because a local rich guy was a really big fan. Anyhow, neither you know that. So computers roll.
Yeah, +3 total.
That'll work. After a bit of digging around, one of your message board fellows slips you a private message with an address.
Ooh.
Some little
Hey,
apartment
fellas,
complex.
Look at this. The internet came through. What should we do now?
Let's go pay him a visit then, man.
All right. So I guess you all pile into the Geo Metro.
Well, I don't know if we could fit into the Geo Metro. I mean, the back seat's full of crap now, so we might have to get a lift or
I can
Uber
stand on the
there.
roof. I can stand on the roof and play guitar.
Yeah, but with some of the areas we're going to be driving through, they get kind of sketchy. You know, they're the type of areas you don't want to like stop at the stop. You just roll through it and just keep going.
Look,
Not sure it's a safe spot for a.
With our eclectic group, I'm sure we'll be fine.
All right, guys, if you say so. Pile on.
All right. I'll say you get there with relatively little incident. At one intersection, some people do look at the, Beatles callback kind of oddly. Standing on the roof of a Geo Metro, occupied by a blue-skinned horned person and a guy still in his baseball uniform.
Then they realize that we're just another base race team and promptly move on with their lives.
It's still, people still get some reaction. So it's like, okay. Cell phone picture,
I saw that today.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Reddit, guys. It's going to be great.
Probably. Okay, so
Well, at least not 4chan.
You pull up to the apartment complex. It's just a regular old apartment complex, Not the best, but it seems okay.
All right. So what's our plan, guys?
Plan? Why do we need a plan? Aren't we just going to go in and interrogate him?
But what if he doesn't, answer the door?
Have you ever heard of what a bounty hunter is?
You mean like Dog? I don't like that guy. It's clearly juicing, but not owning up to it.
Well, we're gonna own up to the fact we are breaking in and entering.
Oh,
right.
Okay. I guess should we? I mean, but do we have to buzz in? Is there like an?
It's one of those apartment complexes where everything's pretty much external. You park in the parking lot. There's a whole bunch of signs saying that only residents and so many guests can park there. Actually, really only residents. It's like a series of 2-story units with
God damn it! So we need street parking because we don't want to get towed.
No. You remember, you're a star. They don't tow stars' cars. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
So
parking right in front.
Like in the making.
So basically, the apartment complex are like 4, like really 8 units within a single building. Stairs going up to reach the upstairs ones. 4 per floor, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
He's on one of the upstairs.
Okay.
We know exactly which upstairs, I'm guessing?
Yes, you were given an actual apartment number and everything, so.
All right, I walk up the wall.
All right. Are you walking up the wall to a window, to the door? What are we looking at?
To a window, I'm assuming.
Okay. And the way it's going to be is that the door's facing kind of the inside of a breezeway, the window's facing outside, so. All right. You waltz on up. The rest of the group, what's your approach?
Well, should we just go in? I mean, probably have a camera, but if it's like any other shitty apartment complex, it's not working. It's just there to try to scare people off.
I'm kind of nervous, thinking this guy might actually be the person we're looking for. For some,
If you just pull that cap down further and look down, I think you'll be okay. He won't be able to see your face.
if you want to do the talking, he may be. Hopefully, he won't recognize my voice. But
Well, I thought the plan wasn't to talk, was just to bash in and get him.
yeah, but if I
I
knock and
think it's
say
both good.
this, we say this as we're walking up. At least would you just knock on the door, see if he's still home? If not, we'll kick in the door.
Okay, that seems fair.
Kirby, how do you knock on the door?
Uh,
Do you want a fate point?
you know what? Kirby's thinking, this guy might be scary. So I'm just going to, I'll just knock 3 times, like on
Okay,
that,
so-
like in
alright,
the song. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you know.
Okay.
No fun.
I was
No
thinking you
response.
probably knock to the tune of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
That's a given, but
But yeah,
Yeah.
so you knock, there's no response.
well, I'll have to try again.
You're still knocking.
Do either of us hear movement from inside the apartment after he does that?
Give me alertness checks, or what's the actual term for it? Sorry. Oh, this happens a lot with base raiders because there's like multiple between the trappings and the actual skills. It is alertness. Good, I said it right. Woo!
Yeah.
I don't actually have alertness, so can I give a flat roll?
I will get it at a +4
Nope.
mundane.
Plus, from mundane, you notice that you're not hearing noise from inside. You can hear noise from the other units, but not this one.
I'd like to make a burglary roll, please.
Okay.
Let's see. That's I get a 0.
It's just not going. For some reason, the blocks. I mean, usually it's easier than this. It's just taking you a long time.
I lean down and open the window.
All right. In this case,
Lean sideways.
you can give me a flat burglary if you don't have it. I don't think you do, but
I don't. I'm just standing on the outside
Yeah.
wall at the moment.
yeah. Flat roll,
Plus
so
1.
that'll do it. He left the locking mechanism open, so you just pull off the grate and slide it open.
Mm-hmm. I head into the apartment.
It is unoccupied. Well, rather, there's nobody physically in there. There's a whole bunch of crap laying around.
I unlock the door and let the others in.
I immediately scanned for Cardinals gear.
Hey fellas,
And-
welcome to my humble abode.
I will say that there's a Cardinals T-shirt as you search through. Just to give you that one.
All right, he can't be that bad. He's got his Cardinals hat.
I like the carpet, man. It's nice.
Mark
So-
Chapman. Hey, remember, Mark Chapman was still a Beatles fan.
You guys can give me whatever kind of search checks you think are appropriate. If you have investigation, it'd be ideal. You can. He has a computer. Who doesn't? Basic alertness can also work.
I'll make a burglary check, see if he's got something locked up.
I can use, I suppose, technology to access the computer.
There we go.
Technology is more for building and repairing things.
Right. never mind.
Computers are for computers.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you wanted to reassemble his computer in a different,
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. No, I suppose I just I suppose I play a song to help everyone search. I'll follow. How about I'll follow the sun? That
Alright.
seems like it'll work.
Here
Okay.
comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Here comes the sun.
+5.
Okay, I'll say that you can give everybody an aspect. Everybody can tag an aspect for free. Since that sounds like spin, the group can do it. Just
Mhm.
tag an aspect for free for this scene to assist in your first investigation.
Sure.
Okay.
And I will tag it to use computers.
Okay.
And
Which
I
would-
will. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Which would end up being a +2.
All right.
I will get a +3 for the burglary check.
For the burglary check, basically it's mainly just rifling through his stuff. What did he hold valuable? The guy wasn't making that much money.
Mm.
Actually, what you do pull up, because this is the kind of thing a burglar might look for, are some old income statements.
Oh,
He could have been making a lot more when you think about it, especially when you look at this architecture degree he had some pretty decent grades. I mean, magna cum laude, I mean, crap. That's not bad. Came from a decent school. What's he doing with a crappy civil service job? So you kind of gather that maybe this wasn't, the best of things for him. With the computers, you do notice that he took his work home with him a lot. You find, drafts of reports for various buildings. Does it pass inspection? Do we need to demolish it? He had a really keen interest in that last part. Yeah. So you also find a lot of ramblings to a forum that he stayed logged into. It was one of those kind of more 2chan-y sort of things. And he would just rant and rave about how basically without me this city wouldn't be standing. Half the architecture's ugly anyways. We could do better.
Okay.
Oh,
We might have our guy.
that's what I was thinking too.
I mean, clearly you need that work-life balance unless you're a baseball player, but he has no balance here, and it's going to kill him. Does he have a nicely marked map of locations he wants to destroy next?
Sadly, no.
Ah,
What's the last site he was looking over? Because if he was really interested in the hotel, what's the one that might be next on that list? He might be going to that one.
Next on the list was an old, I'm going to say an old warehouse.
We must be next to Angel Grove.
What was the site he looked at prior to the hotel?
Prior to the hotel, it's just a site. They passed inspection.
No, because I was thinking that might be where he got the power armor.
Well,
Well,
after he was slated to go to check out a warehouse, and then he never filed a report on it, as far as you can tell. Didn't even have a draft written up for it.
that might be where he even got the power armor. It's a long shot. Ideal, they tried to keep their stuff nice and hidden, but after Ragnarok, that stuff gets hidden, found really easy nowadays, apparently.
Base rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doing his job, stumbles upon it, and goes to his head.
Could even
So,
be more there. Yeah. Could be more there.
So what do we want?
That's an interesting thought.
yeah. So where is this warehouse?
I'm going to say it's a bit further down the river from the hotel that was demolished.
Mm.
You have the address because he has essentially a work order type situation where he knows where he's supposed to go.
That looks like a good spot to head on down to.
All right.
I grab his one Cardinal shirt to use at a opportune moment.
Nice. All right. So on the trail of that, you're in the Geo Metro. Do you have the radio on?
Click.
Well, it's more of a cassette tape of Ozzie Smith's greatest plays, but radio announcer voice doing it. So you don't really see it. It's just, the radio call of him doing crazy acrobatic flips and stuff.
Okay.
It's from 1987.
Okay. Do any of your characters have a cell phone?
Yes.
The cell phone goes off.
I put it on speaker. Hello?
Well, you know from the number it's that councilman who.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
put it.
with you.
That's why that's why I put it on speaker.
How goes your investigation?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, man.
We have
Or
a
woman?
possible.
I don't know.
We have a possible lead on the culprits. We're investigating it now. We're heading to a warehouse. Is something up or going wrong?
Well, it seems like whoever's been doing this has decided to go a little more public. Calling himself the Demolitionist?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That's a stupid name.
I know. No. It fits more in with the what was it? Silver, Gold Age? I can't remember which one specifically. Just had the single name ones. Maybe it was the 90s. I can't recall.
Both the 90s and the Golden Age, I think.
Well,
Oh, right.
he says he really wants to show us what's what about the Globe Building. The Globe Building is going to be a large historic landmark, also has some office space in it.
Well, I mean, the Globe Building probably doesn't have power armor in it, and that warehouse might. I'm more interested in the warehouse.
Chances are he's doing the public speech thing to get everyone kind of going, riled up to the defense up, and he's gonna destroy it while everyone's around there with the footage and everything.
I agree. A good pitcher in baseball is like a magician. You'd think he's going to throw one pitch, but he tricks you into throwing another. I think that's what this demolition douche is doing.
Okay. Well, he hasn't given us an exact time, but he has made the threat.
He's probably getting ready right now. If you just start getting the police and everything down there, making it known on the radio, he'll probably still build time. Hopefully. Just playing off.
You're right.
We'll find out in a little bit. So just after we end the call, does this thing go really fast or?
The Geometro?
Yeah, just watch. Does this thing go fast? Looking between the three of us.
Pretty sure the speedometer tops off at 75. But it's all city driving, so
9 to get everyone out of our way.
So, okay. So, do you want to try to put a cone of "get the hell out of fear" in front of the car? Then was that what I was catching?
Let's fear more. Oh God, this song.
Okay. All right. So, give me that roll to give a bonus with the driving effectively is what it's going to come out to. But
I'm going to invoke the aspect Beatlemania to do it better.
okay.
So that's a +5.
All right. So.
I keep forgetting that I've already got +4 until I've already said I'm going to use an aspect.
You can. I'll let you do a take backsy on that one if you want. But
Okay, yeah, I'll take that back. +3.
okay, so mainly you're just effectively, after a fashion, it's going to grant the end effect is it's going to grant a free aspect that Sluggums can tag while he's driving. So
Okay, that works. Yeah.
we're going to call it "Get Out the Way." Anyhow,
Must resist ludicrous reference.
Yep. Okay, so Kirby, that drive roll.
I actually have drive. This will work well.
Oh,
You get a +2. You get a +2 bonus if you want to take that aspect.
Well, I got a -2, so I might wanna.
You can do a fate roll if you want.
Yeah, I have to spend a point to do that. That's more like it. +2.
All right. You go speeding through the streets. The cops are pretty distracted at the moment. Granted.
That's why I told him to call the cops over there.
Yep, no,
They'll
it works.
They'll be less concerned with the Geo Metro hitting them hills.
For my immersion, what color is the Geo Metro? It's going to be faded and peeling, but what was it supposed to be?
Well, it was originally that fuchsia color, but it's had its hood replaced, so that's green. So that's a couple different colors right now.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting is that it's got a couple of parts replaced, and the parts are in colors specifically designed to clash with the rest of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm just putting this mental image in my head of this like terracing down the street. So nice. With the Beatles guy on top.
Yeah. Playing the single worst Beatles song. Yes.
I'm leaning out the window, feeling a little, rumbly in my tumbly. It hasn't happened yet, but I feel something's coming.
Drive
Could have eaten
faster.
that dodgy chicken wing.
Maybe I shouldn't have eaten it whole.
Yeah, that might make it worse. But, well, can't stop now.
Nope.
So, you pull up to the warehouse. So, how are you going about this one?
Do we want to be subtle, or do we want to follow through what we were talking about with back to the apartments and kicking in things?
I look at Toriko, and I just gesture to my whole thing.
Valid point. Valid point.
It is noisy.
Oh,
So the warehouse is noisy.
No, the
the
getup
music.
is noisy. Yeah.
Well,
So
let's see if there's a way in. We got, let's see what the warehouse is. Is it closed, or is it got like what kind of warehouse is this specifically?
it's more the kind where it's got like truck, loading bays, front doors, side door. It's got a few different entryways, windows. It doesn't have any active businesses listed on it right now. There's an old beaten up sign on it. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
Well, let's cross our fingers the man doesn't have cameras in their alarm.
Is it one of those warehouses that has the row of small windows near the roof?
The windows are going to be higher up on this one.
Yeah.
A lot of warehouses will have the windows high up.
Yeah.
No windows low down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was. Doesn't really matter to me, but it doesn't really matter to me if they're low down or not. So are any of the windows broken? Or
not yet.
want me to break a window?
That's your call. I mean, I'm just saying. So far, it looks like you don't see any broken windows.
This place actually seems really structurally sound. It'll probably pass inspection.
Probably, but let's find out.
we know our guy won't let that stand.
Ayo. Noise.
Well,
I
let's try-
walk up.
go ahead.
No, you go. You go ahead.
I was
That's
going
fine.
to say. I was gonna. If you're going up the wall, I'll just open the door. I'll try and open the door with burglary. If that doesn't work, I'll kick it in. I'll be trying one of the side doors.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. +4. Sean?
Round out, I'm guessing.
Possibly. All right. So, what do we want to say when he comes back? Like, how did we solve the crime and all that? Let's pretend. You want to pretend that we did everything. And we made these absolute amazing rolls. Chances are
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Still was in the building, and he immediately surrendered when we all burst in.
I mean, sheer flood of force. I mean.
Oh, sure. I mean, when he comes back, the warehouse is a pile of steaming rubble, and we're like, we've won the day.
Well, the man's crying while wearing his Cardinal shirt, realizing the wrongs he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't not.
It's just when he's kneeling on the ground crying, oh, his power armor fails. I hand him his Cardinal shirt, like, you could wipe your tears with this.
We also have a giant truck filled with power armor worth, let's say, 1,000 loot.
I mean, no one saw that. No one saw that coming, and just that's why we looked in the truck. I mean, we didn't.
Yeah.
Your average base raider doesn't think to loot everything. Doesn't think to go in the big trucks. It's got to be the copper wiring in the building. That's what they focus on.
Yeah.
Externally, forget that.
Yeah. I think we've covered all our bases. Did anyone here have a personal objective they wanted to accomplish?
Well, I mean, if we're going for a grand slam here,
I think we just need to keep the baseball puns rolling and just
when he
do
comes
it.
back.
do it nonchalantly, like it.
I don't even know the rules to baseball.
Most fans don't.
It's like cricket, but there are more bases and no wicket. And he's dropped out.
There goes Sean's little icon, so he'll be back in a minute.
But basically, yeah, hit ball with stick and run.
Specific areas in the field, not net you. Here's how far you can run. Here's how many bases you can run. Where you should do things.
Right.
So for anyone listening, we're waiting on Sean to hopefully hop back in as soon as possible. Hopefully we won't get a message from him saying computer's fried, game, you win. Because at this point it's just us and our imaginations.
That's right. But I mean, in the end, if we get a message saying we win, I mean, can't beat that.
Yeah.
Wow, we won.
Or on the other hand, a completely unrelated catastrophe that we had no involvement in happened and the world was destroyed.
I mean, how did we know this guy had the create a new pole on the planet system? I mean, seriously, the ITO should have kept that one under lock and key better.
I know. God.
I mean, first it's the power armor, then it's the satellites, in space. Now it's the world destruction things. I mean, they lock those up, but apparently lock and key, forget that. It's revolving door.
Yeah.
No one knows how to work those things.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what the entire point of my character was. Oh, bunch of stuff here that's not being used. Let's get out and start using it.
Fair enough. I think it's working out great for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, the guitar was actually stolen from a exploding supervillain Doom Fortress, but apart from that, yeah.
I can imagine the supervillain with that guitar. Is it magically induced, or?
Pardon?
Is it magically infused, or is it just a guitar?
No one knows. The exact description I had of it was that it is a bizarre mechanism for generating hallucinations, and it's the result of research by people more talented than Helter Skelter, months of late nights fueled by black coffee, and quite possibly a hand from the bottom of the Mandelbrot set.
Ooh.
It is, no one knows how it works, and it also whispers in my dreams.
Well, that's nice.
I probably should not. It's probably something that I should not be fiddling with.
Well, what fun is that if you don't fiddle with it?
Yeah.
At least it's Beatles themed. I mean, if it was Queen, oh man.
I know, right?
The second coming of Mercury.
God.
Although using "Can't Stop Me Now" might be a game-breaking aspect with that thing. So probably for the best. It's a Beatle thing.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of it was a supervillain blinded by the light. I mean, if we're talking like if we really want to make the person who originally had the guitar be a villain or just an ass. Or if it actually has the inbound trapped soul of Freddie Mercury within there, granting magical powers to whoever wields it. That would be an item.
That would be.
I think it would actually have to be a mic stand or a microphone mic stands combo
Yeah.
for him.
Mercury was much more a singer than he was a guitar player.
Yeah.
No. This is infused with the essence of Paul McCartney.
Ah! Well, at least we answered the question about Paul McCartney in the Base Raiders universe.
Yep.
Yeah. Poor Paul's still out there playing. It's like, I can't draw like I used to. What's going on?
No, the one out there right now is a robot, much like David Bowie.
Ooh.
Remember?
Well, to be fair, Paul is dead, so it's just the fake's finally been revealed as the fake.
Ah,
Yep.
right. Oh, that